Hey, it's James, Father's Rights and Resources, hashtag how I got custody. I got a comment on YouTube where I was talking about how I got full custody without an attorney, helped other guys do the same thing. And somebody wrote a question: how do you get full custody when the mom has done nothing wrong? That's a messed up way of looking at stuff. First and foremost, if your baby's mom is not wanting you to have 50-50, she's a child abuser. Because all the statistics show when a father's not in the home full time, children suffer and exponentially at risk for drugs and alcohol abuse, depression, suicide, dropping out of school, criminality, all that stuff. Now, that doesn't mean people get all messed up when they hear that and women get all offended. Well, my kid did fine in my home. It doesn't say 100% of kids will suffer. It says the rates of kids who have problems will exponentially go up. Because, intact family homes have kids with problems. But it's way worse when you eliminate one of the parent who gives male affirmation, the parent who's the better protector, and generally the parent who has a lot more structure. There's manly attributes that come with fathers that women can't provide. So, but my point is, this fool, and I call him a fool because he didn't think that hard. Men don't think that. First of all, there's multiple things with it. Number one, you're presuming that everything is wonderful about the mother, and you can't think harder than just on the surface stuff. If you care about your kids and care about your court battle, you will think, man, she's doing this wrong, she's doing that wrong. When I talk to guys who will say, oh, the mother's a good mother, I don't want to take the kids away. Guys say that all the time because they come from a punk, simp, sissy, crybaby, little bitch-made mentality that they got to bow down and worship a mother. And you can't call a spade a spade. So it's kind of a sissy, punk, coward mentality. Well, she's not doing anything wrong, like she hasn't committed a crime. You're not doing anything wrong either. And she got custody. What points did they use against you? Like in Florida, I think it's in Michigan, there's several other states that say one of the factors in the law. See, some of you don't even look up the law when I tell you to look up the law. You don't even do the starting point, basic fundamental thing, and you're in a court of law. If you're going to be a soccer player and you don't practice dribbling or some kicking and stuff, and you think you're just going to walk on the field and figure it out come game day, that's asinine and stupid. If you want to become a basketball player and you don't get some of the basic fundamentals down, like shooting layups and dribbling the ball, and you're thinking, oh, that looks cool, I could probably do that, and then you just show up for tryouts and you never practice, you'll probably get cut unless you're a naturally good athlete or something like that. How are you going to walk into a court of law and argue the law in favor of your case and your position when you don't know the law? When a prosecutor prosecutes somebody, they have to find the law and the elements of the law and prove those things to a jury. How are you going to go in and say, oh, I should have custody, I should have this, or the mother is trying to restrict my visitation, but the law says, I don't know what it says. Some of my gender is so stupid, you think you're just entitled to walk into court, and a court of law is just, okay, just walk in and we're just going to chip in your little points and, like, how can you be that stupid where you think I'll just walk into court and I'll just say a couple things and the court will figure it out? No, you need to go into it like some of the more famous legal cases, especially criminal cases like the OJ case, the lawsuit against Microsoft for, that didn't go to trial, but just think about any famous legal case. The legal team had to get together, examine the evidence, have their experts on there, know the law, know the elements of the law, and all this other stuff. And guys just think, oh, I got dragged into court. I'll just walk in there and just say, hey, I'm a good dad. Come on, man. Stop acting like you're a Neanderthal who didn't evolve. Guys are sitting there pounding back beers, sitting in a recliner, watching, it's the off season, watching reruns of Super Bowls. Oh, this guy got custody. Oh, how do you get custody when the mom, there's nothing wrong with her? I'm not even talking to punk simps like that. I'm talking to the guys who want to fight for their kids. The guys who want me to. So first of all, if the mother doesn't want to work with you, she's a bad mother. If the mother ever withholds a child from you, she's a child abuser. If the mother doesn't want 50-50, when all the statistics say children need a father in the home full time, she doesn't even want to get halfway there. She's a child abuser. But see, if you used at least some of your brain cells and sat and thought, you know, the mother's withholding the child from me. She doesn't want me to have 50-50. She doesn't want to be fair with the kid. But then you go, well, there's absolutely nothing wrong with her. You're being a total dumbass. You're sitting here saying, from everybody's perspective, it doesn't look like it. So you go in there and pick her apart and disassemble what she looks like to people and show the real her. You know, everybody is presumed innocent or looks innocent at the beginning of a trial. But the lawyers go in there and pick them apart and say, well, you said this was your alibi on the night of the murder. Where were you again? Oh, you were here and this and that. What are the transactions in your bank account? What about this? What about that? You guys are such soft, gentle, limp-wristed, sissy cowards that you're afraid to stand up to the mom and pick her apart in court. And that's what court is all about. Did any of you play sports? Even though you might have been nervous going into a game, did you try hard in a football game? Did you tackle hard and run fast? Any of you went on a job interview? When you went on a job interview, didn't you prepare thinking about what you're going to ask the interviewer? Or you studied the company you were working for? Or you got down your resume? Didn't you put some effort into it? This is the most important thing in your entire life. And it's the only thing that my gender turns total brainless, retarded, literally retarded, slow, zombie-like dumbass. And you just say, oh, I don't know, it just looks like. Because you know it's going to take some effort and you can't get your balls to drop and actually be willing to go in there and fight for this stuff. So you just resign and just quit and give up from the beginning and say, well, she looks like a good mother. And you know she's not. But you're too much of a punk little simp to want to go in there and attack her. So then you get on my YouTube channel, you see that I've won. I've helped hundreds of dads win because we had some balls and we fought and we fought and we fought. And we read the law and understood the law, looked at case law and did some research and put some effort into it like you do everything else in life except your kids, dumbass. Now, some of you are scared because your attorney's telling you to back down and don't attack and don't get on the defensive and don't talk bad about the mother. Don't talk bad about what a suicidal maniac she is, how she abused the kids and slapped them around, how she committed domestic violence, threatened to commit suicide, all this other stuff. See, a lot of times when dads say, oh, she's a good mother, the more I ask them questions, the more they say all the bad stuff she does. And I'm like, how do you add up this bad, this evil, this abusive stuff, this abusive use of conflict, this narcissistic control freak thing? And how the hell did you come up with a good mother? Stop being a punk-ass bitch and sitting there thinking it's blasphemy to call a mother what she is. If a dad gets mad and angry at the kids, the mother will exaggerate it into he's a domestic violence perpetrating, anger management problem-having monster. And you're scared, and they're lying about you, and you're scared to go to court and tell the truth about who she is to rescue your kids? What kind of simp, lazy, henpecked, little whipped punk are you? Then you get on my page, you're like, how does somebody get custody when she's perfectly holy and righteous and an angel descending from heaven and has never done anything wrong? Get the frick out of here. Stop lying to yourself. Everything is a question like, how do I do this? And I'm sure you're going to give me an answer so I have a good excuse why I quit on my kids like a bitch. That's really what it is. You're looking for you're looking for an answer that says, oh, you had no chance. So you have a reason in your conscience. When deep down in your conscience, you're saying I should fight for my kid and be a lion in the pride and protect my kingdom of my family. Not the mother, but rescue your children and maintain the kingdom and the pride and the pack. But you quit because you were scared or you thought she was too perfect and you didn't say anything bad about her. So, first of all, you're lying. Second of all, how are you going to come on my page and ask me in YouTube to write an entire book on the strategy and how to fight, and then you don't tell me your story? I don't know a damn thing about your case, and then I tell people, get a consult with me, and the last thing you want to do is get a consult. You want me to wave a magic wand and give you a quickie answer to fix it, or you want an excuse to quit. Stop being such a dumbass and stop being such a punk. Get a consult or watch all my videos. Some guys have got custody doing that. Get on the offensive and go to